channel, and I am sorry that I have not been around for the last 3-4 weeks, and that is because, well, the bump is gone. You never really saw the bump before in the videos, but I was huge 3 weeks ago, and then I had my baby, and so these last few weeks I've been just taking care of myself. You know, self-care is important. First week after I gave birth, I was at my mom's place, staying with her, resting, just spending that sweet, precious time I needed with my baby. And then the second week, I came back home, and I just wanted to spend one-on-one time with each of my kids and made sure that they were okay with the new changes, with the new baby. And then this last week, instead of kind of diving into everything right away, including these videos, I really wanted to make sure that my home base was secure. So that meant kind of jumping back into teaching my kids for school. And now that I've had a week to adjust with the baby schedule compared to school schedule and teaching my kids and spending time with them, I am ready to deliver content to you guys again, which I'm super excited about. Today we are going to be talking about the pros of self-publishing, which is the route that I have chosen to take. But before we do, just want to let you know, this is Leah Lindeman, author of the Canadian Reminiscence series. And you can check out the links below. You can get the books there. You can also sign up for my newsletter, which I haven't put out the last 2 months because February I was extremely pregnant, and well, March, I could maybe do one in March, but it's kind of past the beginning of March. For sure, one in April. Let us dive into today's thoughts on self-publishing. First pro is that you don't have to wait years for the process to be completed before your book is out for the world to read. In the traditional publishing process, which we'll take a look at more in the next video, which are the cons of traditional publishing, but I'm just going to quickly say it out right now, is that it can take up to 2 to 4 years before your book is finally out on the market, on the shelves for people to read. Whereas with self-publishing, if you're ready, you can just go ahead, upload your manuscript, your cover, whatever you've been working on, it's all ready to go and it's uploaded and available as a paperback, ebook, whatever you've chosen to do. And that's exactly, well, that was one of the biggest draws for me when I decided to go self-publishing, because my first book was ready. A little bit of explanation. So my first book is based on the Halifax explosion of 1917, and it was ready to come out in 2017. I'd finished the cover, the book, everything, and the 100th anniversary of the explosion was in 2017, and so I thought this is the time to put it out now, not 3 years from now, but now, because I can really capitalize on this moment to promote it, to market it, to get the word out about this amazing, incredible story of fortitude and courage of the Haligonians. So I decided I need to put it out now. I can't wait for an agent to pick me up, and then for a publishing house to pick me up, and then to go through all the editing process, and then getting it on shelves. It would just take too long. So that's one pro to self-publishing, is that you don't have to wait. You choose the timing. And that leads into my second pro, which is you control everything. I mean, who doesn't want to control everything? Okay, maybe some people don't want to control everything. But I enjoy having the creative control over my cover, what my story is, who's going to help me on my journey of bringing my story to life, to paperback, to ebook. So that kind of segues into all the other pros, but just saying that if you are not satisfied with just writing the story and passing it on to editor and making the edits as they so suggest, having someone else pick your cover, you get to do all of this with self-publishing. You get to call the shots. You get to put in as much money as you want or as little as money as you need or can. And it's just up to you and what your needs are and what your wishes are and how successful you want to be and how you view success. And this kind of ties into, well, all of this is all tied together. But number 3 is choose self-publishing if you view yourself as a trailblazer. If you are not satisfied with the status quo, if you need to be the one running and the engine and putting coal in it so that it can run, you kind of are in charge of your own destiny type of person. That's what you crave. And self-publishing is perfect for you because everything, all the effort that you put into it and all the work that it demands feeds that need to create your own story on your terms and not on other people's terms. Now, I highly suggest you listen to other people around you because other people have good insight, but you are in charge of figuring that all out, making the mistakes and being okay with it, scoring the wins and celebrating them. It is one of the most amazing journeys you can go on that will help you discover you and your weaknesses and your strengths. Number 4 is that you have other interests other than writing. Yes, you love to write, but maybe you're interested in learning how to market. Maybe you already enjoy marketing. If you want to do a book trailer, which is what I was very excited to do for my own books, you might come to enjoy cinematography, putting together a storyboard, shooting the shots, picking the actors, or what you're going to write, taglines, being the mastermind behind it all. These are opportunities that you get to explore with self-publishing. Obviously, with the traditionally published, being traditionally published, all that is done for you. The publisher has something of a budget to put toward that, but with you, obviously, you pay up all upfront costs, which we've covered in the last video, but you get to discover all these other interests that you may have because you're self-publishing, because you are in control, because you are the one calling the shots, because it is all dependent on you. And if you like that idea, that challenge, if you've got that entrepreneurial spirit inside you that's just roaring to be released, then this is the way to go. The only thing I could say that I really did not enjoy was formatting my novel. And with both of them, I did go through the process of trying to figure that out with Word, but it is so annoying and I got so frustrated. But thankfully, I have an amazing friend who could fix my problems in 10-15 minutes, and she's amazing. So yeah, that's the only downfall I would say. So kind of maybe get somebody else to do that, unless you really enjoy formatting in Word, which good for you if you do. And if you like to manage your own affairs, manage book tours, manage signings, be in contact with people, in contact with librarians and people running bookstores and book reviewers, then this is for you. Person-to-person contact. You can discover so many amazing communities, not through a publisher, not through an agent, but in person, which really leads to some great connections, which I've been discovering even just recently with different book reviewers and authors, and it's such a wonderful community of indie publishing, whether it's self-publishing, you doing it all by yourself, or publishing through a very small press. That's also considered indie publishing. And it's just a great community that you can be a part of. Because you are in control of everything, you get to control the deadlines, which for me, that was also another big reason why I decided to self-publish. I am ambitious, But because, well, now I've got 6 kids, but when I started out, I had 3, 4 kids, and I have so many other jobs and responsibilities that demand my attention. Because I know I have a good idea of what I'm capable of writing in a day or in a certain amount of time, I'm able to make my own deadlines and follow them. Now, for different people, that may look differently, and that's okay. You know, maybe I can put out a book every 2 years, but maybe someone could do it in 1 year or 6 months or 3 years or 4 years. Whatever you feel you can do or what you are aiming to do, you get to choose, which is just great. For whatever situation you are in life, you can tailor those deadlines to you. Next is, I think this is number 6, is higher royalties. Yes, you pay up all upfront costs, but you get higher royalties by self-publishing. Your royalties expect anywhere between 40 to 60% through different self-publishing outlets. So Amazon, you could have 70% or 30% depending on what plan you go with. I think the 70% comes, if I'm correct, I hope I'm correct. Yeah, 70% comes from if you price your book more than $2.99 US. 30% is what you get when you price it lower. If you go to Draft to Digital and look at putting your book through Kobo and Barnes & Nobles, then you get anywhere between 40 to 60%, which really helps with getting your money back once you've put a bunch of money into making your book. Pro number 7 is that because you get to control everything, that includes in the editing process as well. And with self-publishing, you get to have beta readers, which are a bunch of different people that you get to handpick, that you can send your work to and say, listen, I need your help. I need your insight into, is this good? Does this work? Is this character believable or relatable? All these readers can read your work and help you figure out your stuff. And what's great is that you get to decide whether you're going to follow their insight or not. I highly suggest you do, because if you have 5 different people saying your character sucks, it's not relatable, or I didn't get this plot point, so please explain, then I would not turn down their insight, but actually listen and try to fix the problem. But if you have one reader who's like, oh, I didn't like this part, but everybody else says, yeah, it was great, and you know that they're giving you honest feedback, choose people who are going to give you honest feedback, please. You're going to save yourself so much pain, and it's going to help with making your work more solid. You don't want to get people pleasers who are just going to say, oh, it's amazing because they like you or they're your friend. You can have friends and family read it. Just make sure that they're going to give you their real opinion about it, real and honest opinion. Last but not least, if you have a vision for your work, you know exactly how you want your cover to look like. You know, you have an idea of what you want your book trailer to look like. If your story is very determined, you have a very strong internal voice that you want to make sure gets across, then self-publishing is for you. Self-publishing gives you the ability to do all of these things and find joy in dabbling in all of these things and creating a work that you can be proud of to put out to the world. And yes, because you are in control and you are not perfect, you are going to make mistakes, but it's still a wonderful avenue to choose for publishing your book. And these are all reasons why I've decided to publish my first book, my second book, and actually I'm going all the way with the rest of these series, which I've got 11 more books to write. And I'm definitely going to explore traditional publishing in the future, perhaps, but no, this is something that really is coursing through my veins to be in control of this series because I have a real vision for it. And if you have that vision for your work, for your creative work, then go for it. This is the road that is meant for you. So I hope that this has been helpful. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. It feels good to be putting out content again that I hope can inspire you in your writing journey and educate you and aid you. I'm looking forward to putting out next week's video. Take care. Self-care is important. That's what I did for the last 3 weeks, and it feels good. Life is beautiful.